What up, everybody? It's your boy Truth Soldier at it again with another video by the grace of God. Okay, this video right here is going to be called "So You're Mad at My Oath, Huh?" You mad at my oath to black men? That's the title of this video. You know, I had to come with a response to, I knew that me uploading that video in the midst of all this, it's probably going to rub some people the wrong way. This video is for you. No disrespect, but I had to make a response to some of you guys' comments, questions, specifically questions like, I'm not going to say any of your names. I love you all. This is not to try and bash, but just a response, just to let you know why I uploaded that video and why I said what I said and why I have this oath to black men. The question was basically, why didn't I have an oath for every man? Why only an oath to black men? And some people are saying that that is racist, and that, which really is ridiculous if you ask me. But why? It's sounding like I am only saying that I would protect a black person who is being brutalized and victimized by a police officer with their knee on their neck. And that is not what I said, and that is not what I meant. I appreciate a lot of you, coming on to the comments and realizing and trying to let other people know what I said and what I didn't say. And thank you so much for a lot of you coming out there and realizing and knowing that I'm not racist. I mean, I shouldn't have to say it, but my family, I said it in the comments, my immediate family that I go to work for and provide for every single day is mixed, and I mean, I'm the darkest person in my family by far, trust and believe me. But that's neither here nor there. So you're mad at me, huh? I got an analogy for you. You got a smaller, younger brother, right, who is being bullied at school. He's complaining about it at the house. Mom and dad are at work. They busy. He's got an older, bigger brother. Older, bigger brother is busy. We all got lives, right? But there's a friend who is able to see this, who goes to the school of the younger, smaller brother, right? And he hears the cry from the brother. He is seeing it. He's also being bullied himself in different ways in his life, but is also going through some things similar to what the smaller, younger brother is going through. Nobody else in the family, his older brother or his parents or mom, nobody else is really there for this kid. This friend wants to protect him from being bullied, so he makes an oath saying, hey, I am going to protect you from being bullied the best way that I know how. Now, the bigger, older brother gets mad at the friend because he never made an oath to protect him. Even though he's not being bullied, even though he's in a better position in his life to where he doesn't have to worry about being bullied like the smaller, younger brother does. So the friend looks at the bigger, older brother and says, man, if you needed any help from me, you better know and believe that I'd be there to help you. But that's not happening with you, right? So I'm going to focus on the smaller, younger brother right now and make my oath to him because he is the one crying out and needs it the most. What is wrong with that? Now, when it comes to oaths, there's several oaths out there. We make oaths. People make oaths all the time. You got the presidential oath, right? He has an oath to uphold the Constitution. You have the Hippocratic oath for doctors. You got oaths for lawyers. The army, military make oaths to defend the Constitution. There's no time span for how long that promise lasts, though. You can look that up. You make an oath, but there is really no, let's say the military, usually it's their service, but there's really no time that says how long your oath is going to last. But usually once people are out of the service, their oath is done. Because you're right, they're not in the military, so they can't even do the jobs that they were able to do anymore. So how could they uphold the oaths that they had, right? So that oath is done once that service is done, right? So an oath doesn't last forever. There's things happening to where why that oath was made, right? Magicians, they have an oath. Okay? There's so many oaths that people make for companies. Corporations have oaths. Okay? But there's one thing that all of these have in common with these oaths. Without these oaths, they wouldn't be there. The job wouldn't be there. There wouldn't be a president if the president didn't make an oath. There wouldn't be a doctor if he doesn't make that Hippocratic oath. Same thing with military. Same thing with magicians. There would be no magic left if there wasn't an oath to not tell all the secrets, right? And there would be no black men left if there is not, if one black man can't make an oath to another black man that he would protect him in the midst and times of police brutality. What's wrong with that? Okay? Now, maybe that didn't make sense, so let me go a little further. In 2015, there was a study, and they don't do these studies every year, so we're going to go off the most recent study, which was in 2015, mapping police violence. You can look this up on Google this, okay? When you Google the question, list of unarmed black men killed by police, you'll get police killed more than 100 unarmed police killed more than 100 unarmed black people in 2015. Now, just take out one word in that question and switch out black for white men, list of white men killed by police, and you don't get any list. You don't get any year, like, you don't see it. It's not there, right? Maybe because it's not really happening like it is happening to the black community, okay? If it's happening, we should be able to find it, right? Just like I found this, a list of the 100 black people who were killed while they were unarmed by police officers in 2015. I'm not going to say all their names, but we're going to give some respect to some of them, just so you can feel, hopefully you can feel and see where I'm coming from. Because if you can find a list of 100 white people unarmed killed by police officers, I love to see that list and hear that list and pay respects to them as well. But I doubt it if you're going to be able to find that list, because I sure couldn't. But number 1, Keith Childress. Okay. Number 2, Betty Jones. Number 3, Kevin Matthews. Number 4, Michael Noel. Number 5, Leroy Browning. Number 6, Roy Nelson. Number 7, Miguel Espinal. Number 8, Nathaniel Pickett. Number 9, Tierra Thomas. Number 10, Cornelius Brown. Jamar Clark. Richard Perkins. Michael Lee Marshall, Alonzo Smith, Anthony Ashford, Dominic Hutchinson, Lamontes Jones, Rayshawn Cole, Patterson Brown, Christopher Kimball. I'm pretty sure some of these names you ain't even heard of before. Besides the most notable ones they want you to know of: Junior Prosper, Keith McLeod, Wayne Wheeler, Levante Biggs. Hold up. Michael Sabi, Billy Ray Davis, Samuel DuBose, Darius Smith. Hold up. A few more. Albert Davis, Sandra Bland, Salvador Ellswood, George Mann, Jonathan Sanders, Freddie Blue, Victor LaRosa, Spencer McCain, Kevin Bajoy, Zamil Crawford, Jermaine Benjamin, Chris Jackson. I can keep going, man. That was only half of them. Now there was another question, which, come on, my sisters, you know I love you. I serve my country. I will die for anyone. I've never wanted to see anybody get jumped. I come from a neighborhood where people used to get jumped. I would not let that happen. You a sucker in my eyes. You're a coward if you got to jump another man. Where I come from, you go heads up, a fair one-on-one. And that's the way it's supposed to be. If you got to really go that way and have violence to figure out a problem, do it that way. I've never been one to let someone get jumped. I put my own body and flesh in harm's way to protect other people that I ain't even know, to stop them from being jumped by 2 or 3 more other people. Okay? Now, my sisters, I love you. My mom is black. My aunties, my grandma, rest in peace. Come on, man. I am not for violence. I carry a weapon not just to go and do harm to others. I carry it to protect me, my family, and others. Okay? And that's another oath that I made to myself. That's why I carry weapons. That's why I have weapons, to protect others and protect myself and to protect others, no matter race or nothing. So I do have another oath, but that's something that it's not a systemic thing going on to where innocent people every day are being hurt. You know, like, there is something else happening that I can see, which is police brutality on a certain group of people that look like me. Okay? Now, my sisters, out of those 100 people that were, this study of 100 black people who were killed while they were unarmed by police in 2015, out of those 100 people, I counted six black women out of 100. Okay? I mean, I didn't mean to leave anyone out with this oath to black men, that I would not walk by and let some police officer, no matter their race, have their knee on anyone's neck and watching them die. I wouldn't do that, no matter who it is, even my worst enemy, right? But there is something that is going on more than anyone else when it comes to police brutality and unarmed killings of black people by police. That is a study that was shown and proven. There is no numbers showing white people being killed at these numbers. Okay? So I'm sorry if it rubs some of you the wrong way, but I really don't feel like I really said anything wrong. I feel like my anger, if anything, and the way I came off may have been wrong, and I could have done better, right? But as far as me making an oath to black men and that rubbing some of you the wrong way, when I specifically said what I said to black men only, and I specifically didn't say anything about anyone else, that I wouldn't do anything for anyone else. I mean, one of you guys in the comments said you know that that's not how I am, but it still made you mad and you want to unsubscribe from me. The unsubscribe part is not something that I'm worried about. Trust and believe. I don't get any money from this. I'm not getting paid from being Truth Soldier. Okay? I'm not worried about making no money on YouTube. Trust and believe me. I'm doing this out of the love of and the need I have for Jesus Christ, God, Yahshua the Most High. I'm not doing this for none of you. So if you want to unsubscribe from me because I made an oath to black men because of what's going on. And another thing, this video, whether it be a psyop or not, okay, they are using black men's deaths to stir up whatever you want to call it. It will only be a race war if we fall into that, right? And some of you want to say that I'm falling in for this, which could be a psyop. Hey, it looked like a black man died with a white man on his knees. He's looking up at the crowd while his knee is on this man. He's reapplying pressure. Okay. Now, whether that be real, let's say it's real. I just told you a list, and there's a study that's shown the disparities of black people being killed while they're unarmed. This ain't no criminals that are eluding police. I'm not talking about making an oath for gang members who are being caught by doing a drive-by. I'm talking about unarmed black men who are outnumbering anybody else when it comes to that. My race, I experience other things than you do, sir or ma'am, if you are not white, or even my black sisters. They are targeting us black men way more than they target you sisters. No disrespect. I love you and I would not let nothing happen to you. It's not who I am, right? But don't get mad at a doctor for making an oath to protect humans. When there's a dog dying, you think he ain't gonna do what he needs to do to go and protect that dog though? Just because he made an oath to humans don't mean he ain't going to try to go and protect whatever he can, right? That's the logic that you're saying, that just because I made an oath to a specific people that a specific thing is happening to, and I don't want that specific thing to happen anymore. You're saying that just because I didn't make an oath to you, which, when's the last time you've been harassed by the police? When's the last time, or anyone that looks like you, or anyone you know that has been murdered while handcuffed and on their belly and being choked out, whether it be real or fake? What other group of people is being used as psyops to do that on? To stir up a race war and try to divide us? I don't care if it's real or fake. Stop using the black man. Okay? Stop using our identity as negative effects on the society and on this public. And in this, come on, man. So this is my response to people being mad at me, being mad at my oath to black men. I would love to hear your comments. I don't want to lose any of you subscribers, but like I said, I'm not getting paid for any subscribers, and this is not something I'm looking for. I know for a fact that I'm not going to go to heaven for the works that I'm doing. It's all about my faith, something that you won't see, something that you don't see what I'm doing. You don't see my faith. You don't see my faith growing in Christ. You don't see my relationship. All you see is the outside flesh. You don't see the spiritual battle that I am going through, that we are all going through, okay? But I understand I'm not perfect. We all want to bash each other and all that. I'm not trying to bash nobody. All I'm trying to say is Derek M. Chauvin, the Minneapolis police officer who murdered George Floyd on May 25th, 2020, okay? The restraint technique used by Chauvin to murder Floyd was not part of the department's training. Being represented by Tom Kelly, the same attorney who got Officer Geronimo Yanez, who murdered Philando Castile, acquitted. Derek Chauvin was put on leave in 2011 for an inappropriate police shooting of Alaskan Native American Leroy Martinez. Chauvin shot Ira Latrell Tolles, an unarmed black 21-year-old man, in 2008. Okay, hold up. Chauvin was one of the officers who murdered Wayne Reyes, a Latino man with 16 bullets forced into him. A total of 42 rounds were shot off. Chauvin and another officer were chasing a car in 2005, causing the death of 3 people, according to Communities United Against Police Brutality. There are 12 police brutality complaints against Chauvin in the Minneapolis Office of Police Conduct Complaint Database. They are listed as closed, non-public, and no discipline. I could have been any of those people that this man came into contact with. I am a God-fearing Christian. I've never been to jail or prison in my life. But in my life, 38, going on 39 years old, I have experienced some racist issues in my life. I don't know if every white person can say that. Every white man can say that, okay, when it comes to police brutality. I will lay my life on the line just like I laid my life on the line when I signed that dotted line and I took that oath to protect every single American in this country. And I'm a veteran and I have that tag to do so. Okay? But I'm letting you know about Derek M. Chauvin because there's several Derek M. Chauvins out there right now walking around who could do this, whether this be real or fake, whether this be a psyop. This can give, if this man is let off like so many other police officers have been let off and all these people have been killed unarmed, which this 2015 study shows, this can keep on happening and the next Derek M. Chauvin could come in contact with me.
Front line. We got soldiers on the front line. Christ in my bloodline. Ain't another one above mine.